Today we cover Romans chapter 12, verse 3. And Paul says that we shouldn't think of ourselves more highly than we ought. Boy, that's a tough thing to do, too. Because we want to justify ourselves. We want to see that everything that happens to us and all the problems that we have are not really our fault. We're just victims of our circumstances. We're victims of someone else. Something else has caused it. It's not our fault. We don't want to take ownership for what's happened to us. But he says, no, take a good look and think of yourselves as you should, not more highly. In other words, take a good assessment. Remember, let's think back a little bit. Past couple days, will you make the decision to give your body as a living sacrifice? Okay, made that decision. Now we want to be transformed by the renewing of our mind rather than conform to the world. So we're changing our mind. Now, let's take a good assessment. Where are we and where do we need to go? And then he says to think of yourself in sober judgment. Well, that's an interesting concept. Because what he's saying is, look at yourself in light of God's expectations and then judge yourself accordingly. Look in the mirror and say, it's me. It's my fault. I'm the one who needs to improve. I'm the one who needs to get better. Look at yourself that way. Hebrews. 1 Corinthians 11:31 tells us that if we judge ourselves, if we look at ourselves discerningly, then we avoid trouble. We should humble ourselves before the Lord and say, it's me. How can I change to be better for your service? We're going to cover service tomorrow. But right now, look today and assess yourself and make the assessment and see what needs to improve in your life. Want to read the whole devotional? Go to the link at the bottom of the page. We'll see you tomorrow.